Hello and welcome back to the Conquest Minecraft Challenge, episode 5. Last time we worked on Kim's Pagoda and Duncan's castle. So today we go on this side of the castle and we begin work on Martyn's and Hannah's house. So let's get started. For Martyn's house we're working on a treehouse. And of course, for a tree house, we need to build the tree. So I begin down at the roots and build upwards using spruce log. The inside of the main trunk of the tree is going to be hollow. This will allow access up and down via a ladder. So here I'm building the platform for the tree house, using a different type of block from the tree to make it stand out a bit. Here I'm going through building some roots that hang around and twist around the bottom of the building. I'm building a tree house for Martyn as it fits with his theme of loving all things nature, including saplings and all things treehousey really. The theme of nature is also really prominent in Studio Ghibli films such as Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away and My Neighbor Totoro. Just some of the films that Martyn and Kai have said to enjoy and love. The only thing that I regret about this build is that I didn't incorporate more lapis. Because I'm making this tree by hand, I have to be more aware of how natural it looks, as it can be very easy for it to look too man-made. But simultaneously, I wanted a reasonably flat top to act as a base for Hannah's house later on. So I begin by making a rough layout of the area that I want to be filled with leaf blocks, making sure that its structure isn't too perfectly square or too perfectly round. One of the techniques that I discovered when making a natural looking tree is that by adding the branches first, you make a kind of scaffold to lay your leaf blocks upon, giving them the appearance that they are growing from the tree rather than hovering mid-air on their own. I wasn't too happy with the overall shape of the tree, so I may go back and tweak that later off camera. But in the meantime, I added in some hidden glowstone blocks amongst the leaves to give the tree a bit of light during the night, as well as to reduce the amount of shadows in the treehouse itself. So after I got the rough design of the tree sorted, I began to go back to the treehouse, experimenting with different kinds of roofs before settling on this lattice design. I then began to make it a little more homely, adding the usual decorative blocks as well as this lime green carpet. After finishing Martyn's house, we swiftly go on to start work on Hannah's house. Now Hannah is known for loving owls, and she loves one owl in particular, Mr. Owl. So this house is going to be based upon his design, while still trying to make it a house that you can actually go in and live in. So I spent some time trying to get the design right, because I wanted to match it as closely as possible. For this build, I'm using a mixture of smooth sandstone blocks and obsidian, as I think that the obsidian gave the closest purple to the design, that other than purple wool. And that's it. Today we worked on Martyn's and Hannah's house. Next time we'll move on to start work on the Dwarven Fortress. And we'll try and see how much space we're going to have inside the actual island. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!